Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Chuck Mullaney. First, let's make sure you can see my screen and hear my voice. So do me a favor, go into the question box and say yes and yes, please. I want to know if you can hear me as well as can see SendReach on the screen. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, great. Awesome. Cool. Looks like everybody can see it. Excellent. Okay. Thank you very much. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. Trust me, you've never been to a webinar like this before. I'm going to do this really crazy thing and tell you first what I'm going to sell you by the end of this call. Really crazy. You ready? Okay. We're going to do a basic walkthrough of SendReach. SendReach is an email platform that is very different than all the others. It's taken us 3 years to map it out, create it, test it, put it through beta testing, get it to where it is right now, scale it a few times, and just get it where we like it, okay, right now. So we're offering sort of a celebration where we're allowing a single payment for life, which is totally unheard of for an email service, but we're doing this right before going big time. Now, our monthly payments, once we go live, will be at least double everyone else, maybe even triple. We're still back and forth on that. However, it's all rightfully so because what we offer is way above what everybody else has. All right. Now, to go even further than that, I'm going to tell you what the bonus will be. Now, we've just decided to add a bonus. It's taken us a couple of days to get it straight, and you're going to be pretty excited. Here's why. The reason that I ended up mapping out this system a long time ago was because it was the natural evolution of what I was doing in business. I had been teaching how to build solid relationships by email for many years. That's it. That's my thing. That's what I do. And I've had many, many, many students, over 1,800 of them, between $3,000 and $5,000, as well as many that I've taught in live setting, on webinars, as well as from the stage, even outside of our country. So that's what I do. Now, it makes sense that I would be interested in figuring out how to make an email platform that does a much better job of creating a relationship on autopilot and much quicker. And that's exactly what we have created over the last 3 years. Now, inevitably, when I tell people this before they see SendReach, then they see SendReach, and we have, quite honestly, very straight up, normally everybody's mouth hits the ground because, again, it took us forever to get this right, and it's just right. However, I always get the same question after the fact. Does this come with training on how to make money with an email list? No, it does not. Okay, we do have mentoring. I have created a group mentoring program where show people step by step how I create relationships by email, which is very, very different than everyone else. It's one where it's very common that when I get on stage to speak, they're normally a 3-day event, maybe 10 to 12 speakers over a 3-day period. Many of them are my friends. I've been in the business for a long time. And inevitably, I have to contradict someone because my model is very, very different than others. I don't send out offers every day. I don't give people the ability to buy something the first time we meet. I see an opt-in page or a capture page or a squeeze page, all the same thing, the area where they fill in their name and email, as the beginning of a relationship instead of a way to monetize people. And what I get from that is when it's time to actually promote a product, usually medium or high price point, my sales are record-breaking. Okay, and that's what happens when you create a relationship, a solid relationship with your subscribers. Now, I usually, again, get, hey, come on, you got to teach me how to do this. So what I've decided to do only for this lifetime offer celebration that we're going through right now is actually offer a way for you to get that as a bonus when you sign up with a lifetime payment for SendReach. So I'm going to do a quick run through of how SendReach works. I'm going to give you some information here, and then I'm going to quickly show you how to reserve it. But first, I want to take you inside real quick into the group mentoring on how to make money online by creating an email list and a solid relationship with your email list. Now, one of the main values or the reasons that I'm successful doing that is because I over-deliver all the time. I have a model of over-delivering. It's the best way to create a relationship is to do that. Not only sell something, but also have everyone be very happy with you after they pay you. So it's not really, brain surgery. It's just, quite honestly, it takes a long time to get really good at it. Now, let me give you some examples of how I actually do that. Okay, here's the group mentoring goes like this. We offer 9 weekly classes, and they're on a specific set of instruction. Now let me pull it up for you real quick. There it is. Okay, so here is what all of my mentoring students heard before they actually ordered and became mentoring students. Number 1, the first class would be what you need and don't need to succeed online. Number 2 is how to build your list. Number 3 is main email relationship class. Number 4 is how to set up autoresponders to automate the relationship. 5, Facebook for trust and credibility. 6, how to be a JV partner, or meaning how to be an affiliate. 7, interactive reality check, where we actually get everybody in there and talking about what they're doing so we can help. Number 8 was a special guest session. Again, I've been in this business forever, so it's really not hard for me to get somebody we all know to come in. And number 9 was a full Q&A session. However, that's what they signed up for, okay? But what I actually deliver is much, much past that. It's the model, okay? Let me show you what I mean. They also have access to a Facebook group, and here's the actual group. So I don't want to go too far into it because, if anybody has any personal stuff that they want to talk about in the confines of the group, we encourage that. Everybody's here to help everybody. It's a very, very active group, very supportive group, and I just administer it to make sure that it is supportive. If someone asks a question, I wait for others to answer it, and if they can actually answer it, then I let it go. If they can't, then I jump in and clean up the mess. But that hardly ever happens. Okay, we have a very, very helpful group. Now, they can just simply post something in here, and quickly 4, 5, 6, 7 people will be in there to help them. Okay, but I want you to see some stuff here. I brought in a friend of mine, Ross Goldberg, to teach some training classes on traffic, because he's better at it than I am. And these are the comments, okay? This is prior to it. This is somebody being very excited about going into it. This is normal stuff. Now, let me show you what happened. I actually decided to, it's over here, ask on my webpage or on my Facebook page, have I mentored you? If you've gotten anything out of mentoring with me, please comment here. I don't routinely ask for this, but I have a time-sensitive need for it at the moment. Appreciate your time. Now, this is the big view of what happened in the next 24 hours, okay? Now, I know you can't see these. I'm going to show them to you in a moment, but each one of these, I want you to notice a couple of things. These are mentoring students, okay, that have been in my class. They quickly came in. We have 0 negatives. Obviously, everything's very positive, okay? Some of the wording is, actually sort of made me choke up a little bit, okay? But I want you to see this. Do you see how almost everyone's response is huge? Look how big these are. They're full paragraphs, sets of paragraphs explaining in detail about how good the mentoring is, as well as about the idea of over-delivering. So I don't want you to just simply think of this as a great thing. Okay, I want you to also pay close attention to the response and what happens when you follow that model. Okay, so let me give you some real quick overview of what some of these said. Let's see, those are mine. Hold on, there's more in here. Is this it? There's a whole bunch of them. Let's go with this. Okay, Chuck Mulaney has laid out step-by-step system for what works now and explained it so that even a rookie like me can proceed with confidence. Many marketers claim they over-deliver. They do, but none come anywhere close to delivering as much as Chuck. I'm getting an education in many ways, in many areas of IM as a bonus. I don't beat around the bush. Chuck, Mr. Over-Deliver, period. You want to get started on email marketing or internet marketing, he's your go-to guy. I made a very wise decision and a very happy man. Yes, the money is in the list. So many burn their list and get industry average results like 1% return. The truth is the money is in the relationship with the list. Let's go down here some. Chuck is by far the most sincere, real, no BS over-delivering mentor I have ever experienced in over 3 years online. What I've learned from him will serve me for the rest of my career. I've never received so much value for my dollar invested. This is very, very important for you to see this. That's me being shocked about it all. Let me bring some more in. Let's see. There's certainly no shortage of internet gurus willing to train you, but Chuck Mulaney stands out from the crowd. This is very clear commitment to the success of his students and his consistent over-delivering of value. His training is carefully sequenced to provide maximum value, not to satisfy a need for immediate gratification. That's an important one. I take some heat on that, but it's important that I focus on what I think will actually work for somebody that's new rather than whether they'll be real happy with me. Chuck's take on marketing is distinctly different and vastly better from other online marketing courses, sequences I have been exposed to. It probably isn't cool to mention names, but I've heard from a lot of people we all know, plus some you probably haven't heard of from books and such. Most will tell you what they think you should do, some what they think you want to hear. Chuck tells it like it is with a disciplined and humble approach. You can tell he has done the process he's taking us through. That's important to me because, Chuck Mulaney is the best ever. I am talking about the man, his methods, and the results with the best ROI ever. Many of us in the coaching are putting into practice what Chuck teaches and seeing immediate results. And that's quantifiable results that blow everyone else away. Now for the actual coaching, you will need to unlearn, that's true, everything else you have learned and be prepared to start over because it is unlike anything else that you have come across. Chuck does not teach vague theories or marketing principles. Everything has been battle tested to improve conversions and sales. As a coach and a mentor, Chuck really cares for you. He is patient, extremely detail-oriented, and comes from wanting to see you succeed. Coming from a corporate background, I have been extensively trained and mentored by many over the years. I would place Chuck right at the very top simply based on the ROI and the results achieved. But add to that Chuck's integrity and his desire to see you succeed. You simply cannot go wrong. I would call it the best deal ever. There's a bunch of these. I don't want to waste any more of your time with them. If you're on the fence on spending money to attend one of Chuck's sessions, get off, open your wallet, spend the money. It will be the best investment you ever make. Chuck has a habit of over-delivering. He cares about your success, not just teaching the material at hand. Chuck has the unique ability to tailor his classes based upon the people or person he's working with. I worked with him in a group setting where he took a substantial amount of time getting to know the class as a whole, yet when answering a question, he responds in a particular situation for that particular person's focus. This is true talent. So in short, would I spend the money again? Absolutely. It has been a life-changing experience for me. I hope you choose freedom as I did. So I hope you get the point. I don't want to hold you up anymore. So let's just go directly into SendReach. But my point with giving you all of this are two. I have two of them. Number one is pay close attention to what we do that works. Okay, I can't stress it enough. You get good training from people, that's one thing, but you've really got to focus on what we actually do in our business. And number one is over-delivering. Okay, so I told you that from the beginning, they were told before they paid that there would be 9 sessions, right? Well, here's the fact of the matter. I'm not quite done with it yet. And we have, let's say, there's the orientation. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and I still have 3 or 4 more to go. So the point being, over-delivering works. So always over-deliver, always care about the people that you're dealing with, and money will never be a problem. It's always been that way. Okay, so I'm going to give you a chance to add that in for free. And what will happen is, since we're in the middle of the sessions right now, what you'll do is you'll have access to the group. You can ask all the questions you want, but more importantly, access to those recordings and go directly in, start digging in, and I promise it will be life-changing for you. The truth of the matter is I have the lowest refund rate in our business when it comes to mentoring. I will have a couple of people that do that refund. There's nothing we can do about that. I always have one of 2 kinds of people. One that rate me, which means go through all my stuff and then ask for a refund right at the end. Don't like them. The other is, and that hardly ever happens, but it does. And the other will be, I've been through the first 2 classes. I have no idea what you're talking about. Maybe this isn't for me. And then, of course, we give a refund. I mean, that's what that's for. Okay. But in reality, It's always been single-digit percentages for me. Everybody else is happy. So let's talk about SendReach. Let's move on. All right, what do we got here? Well, SendReach is an email marketing platform. Those of you that are brand new, I can't really go through every detail of how all that works at this stage. Anybody who's done any email marketing whatsoever is going to understand the majority of what I show. Those of you that are rock stars are about to be absolutely stunned. Okay, number one is this, and I will only give this to those of you that are brand new. To build an email list, you put up an capture page, opt-in page, squeeze page, all the same thing. It asks for your name and email, and it gives an ethical bribe. And what that means is, here's my free ebook. Give me your name and email address. I'll send it to you. And of course, that means I'm going to send you email messages later. That's how it works. That's the tiny short version. Okay. Now, this system, like Aweber, GetResponse, iContact, Constant Contact, MailChimp, other email service platforms, is something that you need to administer that list. Okay, when they sign into or they opt into your list, they end up in a service like this. Okay, if it's not us, it's one of those. And there are two types of emails you send, either autoresponders or broadcasts. Again, this is going to be real quick for those of you that are brand new. The rest of you don't get too bored. Trust me, I'm going to be done in a sec. All right, autoresponders are the way that you build your relationship on autopilot. They're ones that you predetermine, pre-set up, and pre-time. They go out to people as they opt into your list. So the first one might be, hey, welcome. In case you missed the download link, here it is. Have a great day. Then you might have one that goes out 2 days later, and it's a tips, teaching them something. And then maybe 3 days later, this, and so on and so on and so on. The other are broadcast emails, and those are the ones you send out on the fly. So let's say you have autoresponders set up, you're building a relationship with your email list, and all of a sudden, your friend Jim comes out with this really awesome product, and you want to tell your whole list. That type of an email, the kind you send out on the fly, would be a broadcast email. Okay, done with the basic training class. Now let's get into actually what SendReach does and what it does differently. Now, the norm, again, with all the other services I just mentioned, would be a regular opt-in form, name, email. We do have that option. That's one of the options that we have to bring people into your email list. We also have 8 others. Now let me show you what I mean. And I can't show you private details, which is going to kind of limit me here, but I can give you an idea of what's going on. So let's see this. When you create an email list and save it, okay, you choose the name, you choose the redirect URL, which is actually the thank you page. So after they sign in, this is where they're going to go. Okay, this is my test. All right, we have a GoToWebinar full API integration. And what that means is if you have a GoToWebinar account and you do webinars, or you're going to, you can connect SendReach to your GoToWebinar account, and you click this drop-down menu and pick the webinar that you want everyone to be automatically registered for when they join this specific list. Okay, now after you click save, these things show up below. So you have some options. Again, this is a regular opt-in web form wizard, and this is what everybody else does. Okay, it creates a normal, give me your name and email and click subscribe. Okay, here's all the rest. Number one is Facebook direct URL. This is just a link. When they click it, it sends them to a small page on Facebook that is a disclaimer, and it says, hey, you're about to give your basic about me, they call it information. All right, so your name, your email address, your gender, your age, and the area in which you live, not your address. Okay, do you want to do that? And you confirm it or you don't. If they confirm it, then they go to the thank you page, and that's the whole experience for opting in. They don't have to type anything. Say click, click, done. Now, why would we do that? Here's why we would do that. Again, I have to go to my own test account. Here's why. Instead of just a name and an email address, you have information. Okay, it's Facebook demographic information. So full name, age, gender, actual email address that's being checked for Facebook. This is an additional option. It is not from the connect button. I'll show you that in a moment. And the area. Now, why would that matter? There are several reasons why that would matter. Number one is we can send out emails to only people of those demographics. And I'll show you all of that in a moment after I send this crazy email and hit it to some inboxes for you. Because if the email isn't getting to inboxes, it's really a waste of time. We do a fantastic job of hitting inboxes. I'm probably going to, click send here, and they're all going to show up in Comcast, AOL, Yahoo, and Gmail. Okay, and by the way, those of you that know, we're talking about in the primary tab, not the promotions tab. But I need you to understand and hear this disclaimer. This type of thing, email deliverability, fluctuates. I don't care who you are. It goes up and down. It changes with certain internet service providers like Google and Yahoo and such, and there's nothing any of us can do about it. All the systems are like that. We do a fantastic job. All in all, we're at the top or better, okay? But it's very possible that tomorrow this type of an email wouldn't make it to Yahoo's inbox. And the most important thing about SendReach when it comes to this is the response, okay? What happens with our team when that happens? We immediately make changes, okay? We get in there, we test, and we find out why, and we just really are not happy unless it's inboxing everywhere. And I think that's much more important than whether we're inboxing right now. So when I click send and it gets to all of these, be less impressed with the fact that it's in the inbox and more impressed that if it wasn't, I wouldn't even be able to talk to you on this webinar right now. I'd have to go back to my team and do whatever we have to get it to that inbox, okay? So I'm going to knock out a few birds here with one stone. One is I'm going to show you how this crazy email goes through. Two is I'm going to show you this, short codes, okay? When you have so much more information than others have, okay, meaning the demographic information, you also have more information you can add to the specific email. So let's say I wanted to say, hi, Chuck. I would click here. Okay, so then it's going to say, hi, Chuck, or hi, John, or hi, Jim, or hi, Mary. Whoever receives the email to be their first name. Okay, and that's the same with all the rest of this demographic information. Okay, I can put their photo in there. I can put the city that they live. I can put their age in there. I can put their gender in there. The date they subscribed. I can put today's date. I can put their country. It's overwhelming, and it helps you gain the relationship with them. Okay, that's what that's for. Now, the other much stronger reason that we would do that, let me show you, is this page. Now, this is a page in which we had to create from scratch. There were no other services out there that blazed this trail for us. We had to blaze this trail because we're the only ones that have the tools to actually send out things on the fly based on demographics. And what I mean by that is where they live, their location, their gender, and their age. So think about how different it would be if you sent an email out to, let's say, somebody of my demographic, so middle-aged man on the East Coast of the United States. I speak and think in one way or close to one way, as opposed to, maybe a 25-year-old girl in the West Coast in California, or even down specifically, or more particular, down to Los Angeles, okay? Or maybe a senior citizen in the UK. Very different how we would speak, think, hear, take in information, and therefore now you have the ability to actually get closer to people. And I got to tell you, from the guy who's been teaching relationship building by email for almost a decade, it's been pretty darn hard to do that effectively with just a name and an email address and no idea of anything about them. This opens up big arena for all of us. So let me send out this test email. I'm going to choose my test list, and therefore it's only going to have our internal testing emails. But what it does do, once I choose that, is open up this area. Down here is where, and again, I live in Ocean City, which is Berlin County in Maryland, and one of my partners lives in the UK. So these are the only emails on that list. So therefore, those will be the only two options in the geographical location. So if I set this to US only, it'll just go to me. Okay, now I could even go much further, as you can see, take it down to the state, take it down to the town. I could also choose age ranges. There's a couple options there, or even gender. Okay, very big stuff. And once you make these adjustments, you can name this thing and save it so that you don't have to come back and go through all that again, which is very cool. So I'm going to click send. You just saw something that nobody has ever been able to do, okay? Mail out on the fly using demographic information, okay? So awesome stuff. Didn't show you the rest of our options to bring people in the list. Let me show you. Okay, so we have Facebook link, which is like a connect button for those of you that know. We have the iframe, okay, registration plugin. Let me show you what that looks like real quick. It looks like this. Everything within this line, okay, in that box would show up on the opt-in page if you just simply copy that text and paste it in to your opt-in page. Now, what happens? Well, if they're logged into Facebook, they get there and their Facebook information is here, which is pretty cool, okay? But there's actually stronger reasons to use this, two of them. One is when you click register from the iFrame plugin, since all of that information is showing here, Facebook has made it a little bit easier. You click register, and instead of seeing, they're going to get this information, do you want to do that? Instead, this one would say, you just did that. Do you want to click undo or keep going? Okay, so it's different, it's better. The other is this. This is what we call social proof. So let's say 5 of your friends are already in this email list and you get to this opt-in page and you see this box and it's got your information there. Well, right next to the register button are actually a picture or two, sometimes it's random, and the number of friends that you have on Facebook that are already in that list. And that's what we call social proof. And that will really get this register button clicked more. So this is an awesome, awesome tool. I love it. And we have the option. All you got to do is copy and paste it. We have pre-coded Facebook buttons so that those of you that don't want to get all customized with it can just simply copy and paste that code. We have a Facebook QR code as well as a Google Plus QR code, and those are for those of you that are doing local consulting or have a local business. So let me show you. There's a high-res QR code for you to save. Now let's say you save that and you put it on a flyer or at the counter of your local business or your client's local business. Well, what would happen is it would be the same type of situation that it would be online, on a regular computer. So they scan this QR code with their smartphone. If they are not logged into Facebook, it goes to a mobile-friendly login that we created. So you log into Facebook and then click one button, one tap with your finger, and you're at the thank you page. However, even though it's that convenient, all of the same information would come over into the list. So you have the ability to actually segment. So let's say you have a local restaurant or, you're a consultant for somebody with a local restaurant. Your email list that you would be building very, very simply using a QR code would be easily segmented by gender, age, and location. So if you have some, let's say business is a little bit down today, you could actually send out to only people that are very close in the vicinity and say, for the next 2 hours, it's, 50% or 50 half price wings or whatever you would call it. Point being, very, very effective local marketing. So if you're a local marketing consultant, using this will get rid of your competition immediately. Nobody can offer anything like this, okay? If you have a local business, take advantage of this, okay? You're going to fully dominate your competition in that area just by simply creating an email list, creating a relationship with your previous customers, and then getting them back in, all right? Next would be Google Direct. Most people don't use this or even know it exists, but Google Plus does the same thing with as Facebook Connect. So this has almost the exact same experience as Facebook's, pre-coded buttons just like that, and the QR code. Now, since we have a full GoToWebinar integration, this would be, well, if I chose a webinar here, would show the registration form. Now, those of you that are into it and into GoToWebinar, doing webinars with GoToWebinar, let me show you what happens. You choose, well, darn it, I thought this, yeah, it did. Okay, it's already over. This is what happens when you actually integrate GoToWebinar or a webinar into this list. One, you can create the actual registration page here within SendReach, and as you can see, it looks precisely like theirs, okay? But these are actually self-hosted, okay? They're hosted on our server, and let me show you how that works. So let's say I save this, okay? And as you can see, it will immediately give you a link. This link is G2W Connect, which is our hosted version, okay? Check it out. That's what it would look like. Look familiar? Those of you that do webinars know this is precisely the same as GoToWebinars. And they're just really, really good at converting. I mean, that's just the way it is. I've been doing webinars forever. Okay, so let's move on. You got the point. Well, let's see if we got any emails up in here. Okay, it's not in Google yet. It is in the inbox of Yahoo. It is in the inbox of AOL, and it is in the inbox of Comcast, but we haven't gotten Google yet. I don't know if it's slow or, it's going to be one of those anomalies I was talking about earlier that doesn't come in. We will find out, that's for sure. Now, if it comes in, it'll come in a little later. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so you saw me create an email and send it out based on location, right? Well, imagine how strong that would be if you could do it on autopilot. Okay, and that's precisely what we do. So just like any other autoresponder and any other service, you get to pick, name it, of course, put it in the folder, pick which mailing list you want to be associated with, when you want it to go out. But then you have this area that nobody has, targeting country, targeting gender, targeting age, or targeting any combination of the three. Okay, and therefore it becomes very easy to create an autopilot relationship with, let's say, only 20-something males in the U.S. Okay, if you think that you can effectively talk to that demographic or that section of the population easier if you knew that they were in that segment of the population, then make no mistake. You can do it here, and you can do it very easily, and it's very effective. Okay, so we have normal stats, broadcast stats, and autoresponder stats. But in general, let me explain some things. I've been in this business forever. Okay, there are only these types of stats in the email service industry. Okay, opens and clicks. Okay, now unique clicks are the ones that we all use. Okay, that's what we depend on to see if people are actually doing what we're asking them to do. Click this link, go see this cool thing. Okay, open stats, some may not know this. Okay, those of us that live and breathe this know that open stats all the way across the board, including SendReaches, because they're all the same type, which are called pixels, okay, are not dependable. In general, we usually see those as, a rule of thumb. So let's say the last 5 offer emails that I've sent out all came through with, 20% of the people are showing us open. We all know that that number is not credible. However, we can use it in a general way. Let's say that the 6th one we sent actually only had 10% opens. Even though it's not accurate, we do know something happened there and less people opened it. So maybe we need to work on our subject line or something that's going to get that open more. Well, we found a way to actually make that better. Okay, right now, we only have the same tracking as everyone else. And again, I don't like open tracking. But here's what we did instead. It took us months to negotiate this, but we have decided that we are going to buy a Litmus account. If you haven't heard of them, I'm about to shock you a little bit, that will allow us to put these stats inside your SendReach account without charging you for it. Okay, so it took us a long time to negotiate it. It will be white labeled. It will be an API, and what that means is it won't look like this. Okay, it'll look like SendReach, but you'll have this level of data when you send out an email. Not only we have opens that we can trust, okay, because these are different. These open stats actually are true, okay, but it'll also give you some more data, like how many people actually forwarded that email, how many people actually printed that email, how many people actually glanced at it and deleted it, percentage of people that read it, skimmed it, deleted it, whether they were on mobile or webmail or desktop. This is game-changing stuff. Not only is it deeper, but it's also accurate, and therefore that gives me a platform to do what I did with the rest of SendReach, which is take some time and brainstorm some really, really cool tools. You see, I can't go further into working with open stats that are flawed. Okay, so now it's going to take us a few weeks to get this installed, but we've already paid for it. We've already signed the contract. We're going to be paying for this every month. It's very expensive, and you will have these for free inside your account. Okay, that changes everything. Oh gosh, what else? If you have a previous list, yes, you can import it. Okay, we also don't send out confirmation emails, and what that means is we do things differently all the way down to the base business level. Okay, everything's innovated, not just simply the platform. And what that means is we have a different way of doing things. When you want to import your previous list, let's say you have an account over Dayweber or GetResponse or all of the above, okay, you would order the account, you would go into the support ticket system, you would go to the section that says review imports, you would read the information that we require, you would give them the information they're looking for, we would manually review them and make sure they're good, okay? And I don't mean great, I mean good, Okay, they have to be true opt-ins. You have to be communicating with them lately, and they actually cannot have an overwhelming amount of complaints. I've been an email marketer for over 10 years, okay, and I can tell you we all get complaints, no matter how good you are. Okay, we're not talking about getting complaints. We're talking about the wrong number of complaints. All right, most people fit into that mold, and when they do, the payoff or the offset is that the person that's in there reviewing will actually manually do all the importing for you, and that'll all come over to SendReach. Now, two things are going to happen that you have never heard of before when you bring them into SendReach during that import process automatically. Number one is we pay to have your lists cleaned on autopilot. Okay, so if you're importing your list, it actually gets scrubbed of spam traps, moles, bad email addresses, known bad email addresses. Okay. Not only is it during import, it's actually dynamic at your opt-in page. So when people come into to your list and they opt in, if they have, a known spam trap email address, they'll never make it into your list, even when they opt in. Okay, so that keeps your deliverability high, our deliverability high, and the number of subscribers you pay for down to what it should be. Okay. Another is this, and this is just really over the top. Let's say that your previous list has not been, like most, created by using a Facebook Connect button. So you don't have any demographic information, just simply name and email address or email address only. Well, here's what happens. Our system, within 48 hours of getting a regular opt-in, whether it's through a regular web form, GoToWebinar registration form, or import, will automatically search the web looking for public social data about that person. Again, public, no private information. Okay, everything's very above board here. So the system goes and finds it, and let's say they have a Facebook account and it's all public. They don't care. Like mine, it's wide open. Okay, then that means all that basic demographic information that is public will be brought into your account automatically. So within 48 hours after you do your list import or after people come in through a regular form, you'll actually be able to use the demographic tools to create a relationship with them. Again, a big bill that we pay internally only to make this better. As I hope you can see, this is a model we are following, and there's just a big area there where I think other services could have been doing this for years. Okay, so it looks like we got that Google message. Yep, we sure did right there. And most importantly, for those of you that know, not in the promotions tab, it's in the primary tab. All right. So I hope you get the point. Real cool stuff. Those of you that are programmers, we do have an API. Let me show y'all. It's real simple stuff, and it's built like everybody else's API. However, it's got a lot more cool stuff in there. Again, we innovate everything, including that. So if you're a really, really good programmer or you really want to spend a lot of time on it, you actually can integrate it to a level where you can operate the SendReach account fully within your software. So you definitely want to check that out. I got one more crazy thing to tell you, and I totally forgot. That's what happens when you do this type of over-delivering. You forget stuff that's groundbreaking. Well, here's some groundbreaking for you. We decided to create and add an SMS system. So what that means is a mass mailer, text mailer. Okay, so you can send text messages to people. Now, I don't know if you noticed that when we were in my test account that there was a cell phone number for me. Well, the reason that is because we use the GoToWebinar registration form that you might have paid attention to. Darn it, where is it? Let's go here, here, here. And as you can see, it had an optional, no red asterisk, optional space for the telephone. Well, here's why. Okay, when you're sending out broadcast, you know that we've got this position where we can actually put, add short codes and stuff into the email. Well, you might not have seen this down at the bottom, SMS. So you can type in this message, you can use these short codes in it, and you can actually click send via SMS. And when you do that, just as you're thinking, okay, all of our base tools that make our platform so cool operate for SMS, which is totally groundbreaking. Okay, so we have the ability immediately to send out based on their area where they live, their age range, their gender, or any combination of those three. That's truly groundbreaking. We did not build the system, the SMS system, from scratch to do that. This is the benefit of having something that's built from the bottom all the way up, very different than everybody else. So we just added a good SMS mailer that we created, and it automatically gets all those features. So expect as we add stuff later, you're going to see some really crazy stuff happen. That's just how it works when at the fundamental level it's different than everyone else. Okay, so you can do all of these and you can send them by text. All right, the only one of those, let me make sure I tell you this, the only one of these short codes that does not work in the SMS area is the photo. Okay, you can't send a photo that way, but you can send everything else. All right, so now you've seen pretty much everything that happens here. Just so you know, again, we're going to be going live, and when we go live, we're going to be more expensive than everyone else. Okay, we're very different than everyone else. We cost more than everyone else. We put more thought and innovation in than everyone else, obviously. Therefore, the price is more. That's just the way it's going to be. Okay, we're going to continue that model of anything that we can possibly do to over-deliver and create a platform that makes relationship building, especially on autopilot, more effective. We're going to do everything that we can, and if money is the only problem, then we will throw money at it. I mean, that's part of the model. Okay, obviously, I hope you get the point with an automatic list cleaner, an automatic demographic search tool, and adding litmus. Okay, now here's how it's going to work. The pricing monthly, okay, when we go live, will be based on the amount of subscribers you have in your account total. So up to 1,000 is one number, up to 2,500 subscribers is another, up to 5,000 is one, up to 10,000 is one. That's just normal. Okay, that's how a lot of us do it. It's not based on how many you mail. You can just go ahead and mail. However, the lifetime pricing is similar. Okay, it's one single lifetime payment. So you pay one payment, okay, and you don't pay a monthly payment after that. Very odd. It's definitely a business model that no platform, including ours, could sustain to do full time. So it's only during this small time period until we run out of those accounts. And just to make sure that you see the value, if you don't, especially those of you that are new. Those of you that are not new, I don't have to show you value. You already know. Okay. Those of you that are brand new might need to see some extra benefits. So that's what we're going to do, over deliver. Okay. I'm going to show you the pricing in a moment. I'll tell you what, I'll do it now. Let's see, SendReach. There it is. Okay. So if you want to get here, you just simply go to sendreach.com/secret. Okay. That will get you here. All right. Obviously, it's just a back-end offer. Look how ugly that is. These are the lifetime options. Okay. So if you're brand new and you have either a very tiny list or no list at all, this is yours. Okay. It's up to 1,000 subscribers, $297, and it's one single payment. If you have some that you want to add, let's say up to 2,500 subscribers, then that would be $397. If you have some to import, up to 5,000, it would be $497. Up to 10,000, it would be $697. Up to 25,000 would be $1,397. Okay, now let me give you some more insight here. Those of you that have bigger lists than 25,000, here's what you want to do, and we have several. Okay, we have several. Actually, we have 4,130 users right now, so you know. Okay, we've been beta testing for about a year. All right. We also opened up for a little bit and let them promote internally for other users. So we've been testing, we've been growing. Now, we have many in there that have accounts way much higher than 25,000. So even way past 6 figures, and a couple that are even at 7 figures. Okay. So the system can handle it. It's not a problem, but we don't allow that pricing to be automated. Okay. So let's say you have 130,000 on your list. Okay. What you want to do right now to take advantage of being a lifetime customer is click this one, make the payment, up to the 2,500,000 account, go into the support ticket system, send me a ticket and say, hey, I just ordered this. I have this many on my list. Please give me a call. Okay, put your cell phone number in and your Skype if possible. Okay, it'll probably be me talking to you. It may not. We're pretty overwhelmed at this point, and it may be my assistant. Okay, but either way, what we're going to do on that call is just find out what we can do to help each other. We want to make sure that you get the best service, obviously, and we also want to make sure that you're happy with everything as well as the pricing. So we'll come up with the pricing that makes sense. We'll give that to you, and here's what I promise you. if you go through that phone call with us and go through the conversation with us and the pricing is not right for you, then we will gladly refund this $1,397. So don't sweat that. Okay, this is what you have to do to confirm that you are a lifetime account holder. Okay, and once you're a lifetime account holder, you're always a lifetime account holder. And here's what that means. Let's say that you have no list whatsoever and you order this one, $297. Okay, what happens when your list inevitably grows past 1,000? And it better, I mean, that's what we're all doing here. Okay, is growing our list and building a relationship with them. So what's going to happen when it goes to 1,001 subscribers? Well, here's what's going to happen. The system will automatically catch that, and it will put you into this tier, and it will send you a one-time bill for the difference between these two tiers. So in this case, it would be $397 minus $297. So you've already paid the $297, and this tier costs $397. It will send you a single bill for $100 once. Once you pay that, you'll be in this tier for life. So as you can tell, as you grow, okay, this will continually happen as you grow your list, and you'll still have the best pricing in anybody's industry because you pay once to be a lifetime member. Okay. Now, about that group mentoring, okay, I'm going to add group mentoring for free to everyone who buys this account and up. So if you pick lifetime discount up to 5,000 subscribers and up, all you have to do is either put in a support ticket or email us. I'll give you my assistant's email in a moment, and let us know that you just did that and you want your bonus. The bonus will be immediate access. Okay, you will be in the group mentoring that everyone else paid for. Okay, but I cannot make sense of adding it for free for a $397 lifetime SendReach account or a $297 lifetime SendReach account. If you do this one and up, I can add that for free. So anybody who's, obviously up to 5,000, up to 10,000, up to 25,000, up to 10 million, whatever, okay, you're going to be added to that mentoring. I can tell you it's over the top. Inside the mentoring, we have a lot of people that are brand new, but several rock stars, okay? And that just comes from wanting to see a different way to do things, okay? I've been doing this forever. Again, I've taught many, many people, and a lot of them were people that you will all recognize that have come to me quietly and said, I don't even care where I've got to PayPal this money. Just send it. I'll send it to you now. Let's talk about how I resurrect my list. I have 780,000 people on my list, and for some reason, they just ain't listening to me right now. They come to me to find out how to get them to listen, okay? And that's what I over-deliver with. So once again, I hope you get the point of everything here. If you think you're going to want to use SendReach or you have a need for it right now, no brainer, must dive on it right now while it's a lifetime payment. Trust me on this. I don't want to be the guy that replies to your email weeks from now when we go live and monthly only. Say, hey man, I remember when you did this lifetime thing. Can I get in there now? I've got to be that guy that's got to break bad news to you. That's not going to happen. Okay. This is not a time limited thing. It's a quantity limited thing. We are going to run out soon. When we do, click. Okay, I'm just going to click a button back here, actually a checkbox, and all of a sudden we're only going to be monthly, and this is gone. Okay, if you do not jump in while you're on this call, you will not get the mentor. Okay, you might be able to get the lifetime tomorrow. I don't know. It depends on if we run out. You will not get the group mentoring if you do not order while we're on this call. So I'm going to give you another, let's say 7-8 minutes, okay, because it's getting up there, to go ahead and get in. Here's how you do it. SendReach.com/secret. Make sure it's all lowercase, okay? SendReach.com/secret, okay? And order. If you're looking to get the group mentoring, it must be this account, okay, up to 5,000 subscribers, or this way, okay? This one, or this one, okay? This one here up to 2,500 or this one here up to 1,000 will not entitle you to being added to the group mentoring. So don't screw that up, okay? I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, all right? So if you want the group mentoring, or you have lists that need to be imported up to the tune of 5,000 people, 10,000, 25,000 or more, okay, then make the appropriate choice from this that way, okay? But if you order this one, whether you have 5,000 subscribers or not, you are entitled to be added to our group mentoring, and I will be more than happy to put you in there. Okay, but I can tell you right now, I'm very protective of that environment in there. The environment in here is extremely productive. Everybody is very, very helpful with each other. If you come in and you become a problem, okay, meaning that I don't mean ask hard questions. I don't mean trying to get answers. That's what it's for. I mean you become aggressive with anybody in here. I mean that you come in and bring constant negativity. I might message you before I get rid of you, but probably not. Okay, I will be protecting the integrity of this environment. Okay, this environment is changing lives, and I won't let anybody mess that up, and I don't care what's paid. All right. So anyway, last time, sendreach.com/secret, SECRET, all lowercase. Okay, make the appropriate choice. The middle one to the right includes group mentoring for free. These two, they give you a lifetime account. Might not add the mentoring, but it's still the best deal in our business, and it will probably go down as probably the best deal ever in our business because, you know, as you're mailing, you're costing SendReach. That's just the way it is. It's the same way as if you were with AWeber, Get Response, iContact, Constant Contact, whatever. Okay, there's no such thing as a lifetime payment because no company could sustain that. That is proof positive that this is not going to last and that this is the best email service platform deal in history. Okay, so if you have any questions or you want to, or you've ordered, let's say this one or up and want to contact us about the group mentoring, meaning to get in there, you can send an email to my assistant. Her name is Cassie, and her email address is Cassie, it's C-A-S-S-I-E, Cassie, at SendReach.com. Okay. If you have a problem emailing that or don't remember it or don't, you know, want to choose another option, what you do is just simply order the account, this one or to the right, okay, and click on the support tab inside of your account, and you can send a support ticket to us, and we'll give you all the information you need. Okay. Well, that's it. So this call ends now. Okay. If you do not click this button before I hang this phone up, okay, start the process of ordering one of these, this one, or this one. There is no group mentoring. Okay. Everybody have a fantastic day. I appreciate your time, and we'll speak soon.